About to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're firing me. Yeah, you're firing me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. Whoa. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the luck. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my hand again.
Well, this is the right time to come in. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Japanese Wrestling Update. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here is the Fizzity Walk princess herself, Melball. How you doing, Melball?
Fizzity yuck. Fizzity yuck.
Fizzity Walk. I'm bad. I forgot to press loop on the video.
I have been dying, laughing the entire time. Huh. Oh, anyway.
Good evening, Bobby. How you doing,
Hello,
good
Bobby.
sir? And the other Bobby Stats, Bobby Bettino. How you
Stats.
doing, good sir? Welcome to the show, both of you guys, and everybody else joining us here. I know, dude. I forgot to press loop. It just kicked. I'm like, oh, that's not right, and I hit the button.
Andre, it is Friday. Do you know what that means in a Melball's day?
Time for Japanese Wrestling Update.
Oh, that also, but it is also Fat Friday, which means Melball gets a cheat meal. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like not wanting to do a meal because I'm kind of like enjoying my food right now. So I decided to take your suggestion, my friend. Tonight, a Melball is enjoying some Sour Patch Kids strawberries. Are you also? This is not a sponsorship. There's going to be a lot of bird calling tonight. My goodness.
We did it.
How are you doing today, my friend?
Pretty good. It's my first official day. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, wild. We got the exact same candy.
It works. I mean, but do you have the cute little bowl that looks like a waffle cone?
No, I just had the bag. Hello, Astrid.
Hey, we're in sync today.
We are. Way too fat. It's kind of cohesive this time. Yeah, I get you, buddy. I'm doing good. My first official day of unemployment. I was paid out until yesterday. Now I'm officially unemployed, looking for a new job. So anybody in the Edmonton area wants to hire me, message me in the comments down below.
Cheap plug.
Cheap plug. No, but good day. I got working on some stuff around the house. Hung a light today in our front area. I had a electrician buddy of my uncle's come and help me. Even though I am an electrician, we didn't have a ladder tall enough for me to stand on. So this guy was up like on the second to top level, wiring into our vaulted ceiling. So
I feel like you missed an opportunity to employ Asriel. Just sit on his shoulders.
That is dude, man, he's the human ladder. Asriel, jeez, can he squat me up? That's the question. I'm still pretty heavy.
Have you seen how much he's been working out lately? Absolutely, he can. Absolutely.
Yeah, great.
We're not here to talk about the local wrestlers, though.
Barry Monkey, welcome to the show, sir. Enjoy the unemployment, everybody. I've had a few unemployment stories in my life. I'm an electrician, so I work on a site, get laid off, I worked in industrial electrical in northern Alberta, so done enough of my life. I'm ready to get back to work. I've had like a week and a half off. I'm ready to get back to a normal life. So, but yeah, you're right. We're not here to talk me.
Or
We are here.
Agile strong legs. No.
No, we're here to talk some Japanese wrestling updates.
Yes.
So we're gonna get into it. I get to add that to the stage. There we go. All right, times are changing in the Japanese wrestling scene. It really is.
Mhm.
People leaving, people showing up in other companies haven't shown up in yet, which is going to lead into our first story. Starlight Kid and Raka. So as we record, it is February 16th as we go live. Tomorrow morning, February 17th, at the NJPW Fantastica Mania card featuring CMLL, we're going to have Starlight Kid and Raka teaming up to face La Jaroshita and Luvia for the I don't know if it's for their tag belts, the CMLL tag belts or not. I'm not sure on that one, but it is going to be on that show, and I'm very excited to finally get to see Starlight Kid and Raka getting this opportunity to be featured on a big tour for New Japan.
I'm very excited for this as well. We've been talking so positively, especially you, Andre, about Ruaka and how much improvement she's made over the last year. Last year. Starlight Kid, though, just a tremendous talent, has been in this business a hot minute. She's made a great name for herself. Yes, I was hoping
I
you would
tried.
have.
I tried.
Um, with Starlight Kid, this will be, I think, her second time appearing in the NJPW scene after appearing with, I think it was Momo in that tag match at the historic takeover.
Yeah, I think so. But again, I think she was on some pre-shows, so a
Mhm.
couple Wrestle Kingdom pre-shows before. Those were not
Yes.
televised, but yeah, finally getting kind of. It is not. I like that they're bringing these girls in, not on a big show, and then bringing the women from CMLL over in the
Mhm.
Jaroshita and Luvia.
Weren't we hoping that this would happen?
But we were also both hoping for Stephanie Vaquer versus Julia during this tour is
Mhm.
what we wanted for the title. I think that's what
We
we
need
were
something
really going.
different for that. Got
Yeah.
something different for that.
Oh, same day. Actually, tomorrow we have Julia facing off with Raka. I didn't add that into the update, but yeah, Julia faces
Mhm.
Raka for the Strong title tomorrow morning too at Stardom. So that show will be available. I guess Tuesday-ish on Stardom World. So highly
Is it
recommend
Ruaka?
checking that out. No, not Raka.
I was gonna say
Tora.
Natsukatora.
That's Tora. Raka literally is the mini me of Tora, though. Like she really
Yes.
is.
Mhm.
But yeah,
But it is Tora getting that opportunity, not Ruaka.
It is Natsuka Tora, and that could be the title change where Julia loses the belt because there ain't a lot of time left before Julia's done with this company. She's done sometime in March,
Mhm.
so
It's true. I wouldn't mind seeing Tora versus Stephanie Vecchio.
be pretty darn good, man. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. There's a
Okay.
lot of great. Like I can't wait for this tag match. I think it's gonna be a great time. Like I've
Mhm.
seen Luvia. I'm not familiar with Jaroshita, but I'm looking forward to the match because I know 3 out of the 4
Mhm.
are really good. I'm expecting the 4th to be really good too.
100%.
That is right, Bobby. It's awesome you started Kid and Rucka on New Japan
Yeah.
proper. Yeah, very much so. So we're gonna move on to our next
Mhm.
story. Micah is in the news. I just gotta bring the article up because I'm bad at my job. Uh, um, so she has expressed negative feelings towards Rossi getting fired. She felt like she was kind of embarrassed by bringing everybody out and doing the big picture there, and then having Rossi being kicked out immediately after. She said she was kind of irked by that little thing. She said she could have ended alone, but she brought everybody out to have Rossi out there with all the girls, and it felt like almost like kind of a slap to her. Um,
Mhm.
and again, they're talking a lot. Like, is her frustrations could that be towards leading her towards an exit, which I don't want because I want to see her with this run with the world title.
Mhm.
But again, she says like Mr. Ogawa took over the top. Don't She says we are athletes fighting hard, yet we are being treated like this. I'm angry at Mr. Ogawa and the company. Like she is annoyed at both for creating this controversy out there. So it's not just she's
Mhm.
mad at the company, she's also mad at Ogawa. So could that mean she might want to stay with Stardom, right? Like
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, this one is one that I'm kind of like, ooh, we're gonna have to wait and see because this could change day to day, given what the result of, Tam versus Micah coming up is.
Mhm.
Um, I understand her frustration though, because she was absolutely right. She could have had that moment to herself and she chose to bring everybody in. She chose to have the picture with Rossi in there and then the controversy kind of broke almost right away. It was almost like that was more important at that moment than Micah finally winning the World of Stardom title. So I completely understand where she's coming from. In that respect, though, I feel I want to blame Bougie Road at that point because they're the ones who terminated Rossi. But I also, if Rossi wasn't doing the stuff that got him fired, he wouldn't have gotten fired, you know?
Mm.
If I'm her, I'm not holding a very long grudge against either because
No.
her title reign so far has actually been pretty decent. She's been on every show. She's been showing off that belt. She's been showing off the team. I think she's doing very, very good in attempting to elevate herself above the drama that is happening. What do you think, Andre?
Yeah, and again, she's saying like in the article, she says like she was let down by the company and the fact with the stream failures for the Stardom show that they missed half of that main event with Suzu Suzuki on the live stream didn't come back until the end of like the last like 10 minutes of the match. So you gotta so she's never had a true big title match and to go and have this awesome match with Saya Kamatani, which was absolutely an amazing match, but then getting essentially told, yeah, your story doesn't matter. This is more important. We're firing Regala, and that became the story. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand her frustration entirely. I don't think she's mad enough that she'll leave right now, but again, that could change based on the result of her versus Tam.
Well, one of the last things she said, she promises to protect what needs to be protected as the face of the promotion. So you don't know until she drops that title. You don't know where she's going, right? Like we don't know
Mhm.
what the dealio is, and is
What's the
her
dealio?
is her deal one of the deals that's up this March, or does she have a longer term deal? That's what
Mhm,
nobody really knows for sure.
mhm,
Yeah. But the one person we know for sure is staying is Tam Nakano. So she did give an interview with Tokyo Sports, commenting on the controversy. She says, I'd rather entertain everyone with our stardom battles than these old men's battles. That's why Tam will remain in stardom. We will make it the best organization in the world. That is the goal of chapter 2 of Tam Road. Again, all from Google Translate. So again, wording can get changed. But it's a big plus for the company knowing they have Tam Nakano, a face of this company. Like she is one of those people who had really held this company together for a lot of years. They relied on her a few times in this company, so it's good to know that one of the pillars of this company is sticking around to help hold it up.
mhm, mhm. 100%, 100%. I feel that, like, stardom without Tam would be weird, but
Mm-hmm.
it is good to know that she's planning on sticking around. It's very interesting to see how the drama surrounding Stardom is kind of unfolding and how it's affecting not just the company, but the other wrestlers and their opinions. The shows are still banging. So crazy. Shows are still great. Everyone's so professional over there. I love it.
Yeah, again, I watched the 11th and the show from the 11th, and just great stuff. Like the wrestling has been
Hmm.
absolutely phenomenal, but it has this weird shadow hanging over it. It's like,
Hmm.
well, who's going to be here? Like, would I love to see some people go to with Rossi and get an opportunity there? Yeah, great, but does he have distribution for video? Does he have production company to help him run the production side? Um,
Hmm.
that's the issue. Like
Exactly.
Julia seems very confident in saying she's going when she leaves the company in March that she's going to go help Rossi. So like he must have some semblance of a plan, and money behind this to get
Mhm.
production up and running and figure out a system of distribution. Like, remember, Stardom used to just release shit on YouTube. So could he go to that model for the first little while, just dropping free shows on YouTube until we get there, right?
I
Oh,
mean, why
Stardom
not?
people, and yeah, big attraction of being a Stardom is you will,
Mhm.
especially Starlight Kid and Waka getting a shot at being on an NJPW card. This is a big plus, is them working in getting it more exposure by being in New Japan, getting
Mhm.
the opportunity possibly to go to the States and do New Japan Strong cards, going to other places like that. That is a big part of this.
Mhm. It's a little foot in the door, just like the title match with Mayu Iwatani and Mina Shirakawa. It's a nice little start to get that foot in the door.
Yeah, and again, you can, especially on these road to shows, like your general road to shows and like your tour shows. It'd be a great if you possibility to bring 2 or 3 or 4 Stardom girls in to do matches and just to start creating that crossover more and more. And because you don't have to do it on every big show, if you introduce it on your smaller shows, it helps ingratiate it in a certain way. Gets the crowds,
Mhm.
again, the crowds have been very used to it with New Japan and Stardom, just male and female. Where like Noah's had women on it for a long time. All Japan has had women on it forever. Um,
Mhm.
DDT, Dragon Gate, all have had women within their company. Women win bigger titles in those companies too, in Dragon Gate and
Yeah.
those like Big Japan and stuff. So again, there's a lot of things that could happen. And again, opportunities are a big thing, especially getting the chance to come over here.
Mhm.
And I think that's what we're going to go into here. AEW and Stardom. So the history hasn't been good. Uh, we haven't seen a lot of Stardom people on AEW. If you've noticed, most of them have been Tokyo Joshi Pro, Marvelous, Ice Ribbon people, people from Wave. Um, Ogawa and Tony Khan have never gotten along since Tony Khan came in here. Um,
Mhm.
they didn't have a great relationship. So there has been a lot of work. I think part of maybe mending that relationship was having Meg and Bang go over, like saying, "Hey,
Mhm.
can you take this person and help build them up?" And they brought her in again. But again, that's also in that 9 months, a little over 9 months. That's that 9 month. That's that weird period where Rossi kind of lost power. So
Mhm.
he's dealing with this new boss in Taro Okada and the old boss for a little bit. Um, so maybe with Rossi out of the picture, it creates some cohesion now because again, they work with CMLL, they work with New Japan pretty regularly.
Mhm.
So possibility to create this. Um, so what do you think? Just the higher possibility now.
I'm gonna start believing it when I start seeing it a little bit more. Has Bates been back a little bit? Has she been on AEW yet?
No,
Haven't seen it on her socials.
no, she finished up
She's
there in January with the girls, and then that was it.
courtesy of our good friend OLED there, we've seen that she's been kind of doing the indie scene,
Hmm.
but, we've yet to see her on AEW, and it's like, "We Stardom sent you a really great wrestler back, with a great gimmick and a great history. Why are we not seeing her on TV riding that?" We should have seen her right away. I mean, she had match of the year in Stardom with Julia. We should have seen her back right away so that the commentary could say that. I mean, they still can, but it's not gonna have, I feel, as big of a bite now. She won the Goddess of Stardom tournament with Micah. Same thing. It's that was how long ago now? It's not gonna hold as much, credit, especially when there's more tag teams in Stardom now building up to the next Goddess tournament.
Yeah,
So I I'm going to have hope that it's going to happen because we have seen AEW starting to kinda, I don't wanna say rally the female locker room, but they've certainly been putting a bit more effort into it, particularly with like the timeless Tony
Tony
Storm. Is that
Storm.
what? It's
Timeless
just so
Tony Storm. Oh, so
yeah,
good.
it's so good. It's so good. But like she's also a tremendous wrestler. So it makes everything work even better. So throwing people like Mariah May into that, very, very smart. Having her bring in Lady Frost at one point also. Like I do have hope that this could mean that we start to see a few more Stardom wrestlers in AEW, because that can only benefit both the companies and us as fans, because we're going to go see the AEW show here in May. Could you imagine if, like, first of all, I'm already excited at the opportunity to potentially see Mariah May, but like, could you imagine if they bring over like Tora if she wins the Strong title, have her face
Mm.
Tony or Soraya for some reason because heels fight heels there, or like
Anybody, please.
Chris Statlander, they could have a really good
Mm-hmm.
strike off. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, Bobby said Thekla. Thekla would be
Yeah,
a nice one to see pop up. There's so
and again,
many potentials.
and she's another one whose contract might be up at the end of March or in March too.
Hmm.
So does she go with Rossi in that? So does that relationship sour even more there? Does she take an opportunity to come to the United States and do an AEW or an WWE? Mayu Itani, who yes, we know her contract is longer due
Hmm.
to with the movie and with her biopic coming out, they extended her deal obviously for certain reasons to get in their funding. They're
Hmm.
from what I can gather, it seems like they're helping fund the biopic and everything. So,
Hmm.
so if you're investing, you might want to keep the person around for a while. But I'd love to see Maya back in the States. And again, having an
Hmm.
AEW crossover would be awesome. Like having the ability to work
100%.
together, it would be great.
Hmm. 100%.
But
Let's hope
there's a
it can
caveat.
happen.
There's a caveat to it is that a lot of the girls in the locker room and certain people have been kind of offended about the stuff that Tony Khan's been tweeting about Ross Yogawa. Because again, while yes, he's out and Tony Khan's dick, we talked about this in the tweets that he was making about Ogawa. Some of the
Hmm.
girls aren't happy about it either, and certain people in the office aren't happy about it. Him taking shots at Ogawa. It's like just because he's gone doesn't mean people aren't loyal to him in that company, and it's like they're not going to want to work with you if you're a dickhead. So
I mean, shocking. Two promoters of two different companies who don't get along. But like seriously though, it's instinctually you want like obviously there's going to be tensions, there's going to be head buttons, there's going to be stuff like that. It's a matter of professionalism to not be an idiot and to just yeah, right. It doesn't happen at all, Bobby. Everybody loves everybody. I love you, you love me.
we're
No.
one big old happy family.
Yuck. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it just I've said it before. Tony Khan just needs an adultier adult to take away his phone. That's all it is.
Mhm.
He doesn't belong on the social media. He
Nope.
just seems to cause more problems on there than he does solve anything. So maybe just, you know, maybe he just grabbed the wrong bag of gummies or something when he's chilling in the evening or something. Just take a chill pill, my guy.
Yeah, they're so you come to Canada. They're all the gummies are legal here, dude. You can just come eat gummies in Canada. Like just
He
all the fun,
certainly looks
all the fun,
frazzled all the time.
all the fun gummies here in Canada, buddy. There's some fun gummies that you can get for pretty cheap. No, I'm talking like the good gummies at the cannabis store.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs any more drugs.
Yeah, he needs some chill drug is what he needs. So we're gonna
Yeah.
go. We're gonna talk a bit about the February 11th show, the New Beginning of Osaka show, which had four incredibly big matches on it.
Mhm.
Plus, to me, a very entertaining opening match in Oleg Bolton and Ryusuke Taguchi versus Toriano and Yo.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
just
hilarious.
Taguchi is just a comedy genius. I can't help but love the guy. There's a spot, the ending spot, where Oleg does this thing where he gets a guy in a gut wrench and is like swinging them around. the Shayna Baszler swing. And Taguchi decides to do it to Yo. So he gets him up, does one, goes to do it the second time, and his back gives out. And Yo rolls him up for the pin. But it doesn't finish there because Yo ends up like getting on Taguchi's back and starts massaging his back after the match, to help him like fix his hurt back. It was
Yeah.
so dumb, but geniusly funny at the same time.
It was, yeah, because there was Oleg just like blissfully ignorant to what was happening on around him, just wee, wee, wee.
Just tossing Yano around.
Meanwhile, the 3 counts happening right behind him. It was just really funny, really funny.
And he kept doing it all through the 3 count, and I think he did it like once or twice more after the bell had rang.
He did, and he almost ended up yeeting the guy onto the ref too. Poor ref.
Oh jeez. And then we're gonna talk about the top 4 matches. Kazuchika Okada, he defeats Hiroshi Tanahashi in his final singles match in New Japan. I bet that guy should have given Tanahashi the win here, but you also made the comment of it's not the same Tanahashi. So I'm like, yeah, you're right.
If this was even just 5 years ago, this would have been a completely different match. But like as I mentioned, with Okada's still very much in his prime of his career, whereas Tanahashi, regretfully, I'd have to say, is probably on that edge of the spectrum where he's starting to come into his twilight years. This match was good, but it was a bit of a struggle for him to kind of get through, and Okada doesn't have that struggle right now. At least not yet. Yeah, I'm sure he'll get there, but not yet. So yeah, I felt that this match kind of ended appropriately.
And again, it was, I think, the shortest singles match these two have ever had,
Yes.
from what they said in commentary. So the shortest before this was like 21 minutes or something like that.
Oh,
This came in at 16:50. So yeah,
okay.
again, it's also a very different level from where they battled before. So
Yeah, very much so.
and then for the IWGP Tag Team titles, Chase Owens and Kenta defeated Gorillas of Destiny, El Phantasmo, and Hikuleo to win the IWGP Tag Team titles. But and again, I see this as like, okay, so you can have ELP and Hikuleo go back to the States, do appear in the States defending those strong tag titles. Problem is, Owens and Kenta both live in the United States. So your champions are still in the United States.
Yeah. For me, what matters is that they're off the same people, though. I mean, I made it pretty clear. I don't like the double tag championship ideology stuff. Especially what they're doing with these 2 particular titles. They've been joining them, then separating them, then joining them, separating them. Just leave it alone. Leave them separated. I am interested to see what it is that they do and who the first challengers to the Bullet Club are. Are they going to be an American tag team? Is it going to be an NJPW show? Curious to see.
I'm thinking an Australian tag team by the name of TMDK. Let's go.
Okay.
Get those belts on Haston Nichols now.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson in an absolute mat classic that went 32 minutes 40 seconds. But Sabre winning with catching a roll up for a pin. And he was complaining about that Danielson had to hit them with the running knee and pin him last time. Absolutely tremendous match. One of the best technical wrestling matches I've ever watched in my life.
It was very, very good. Very good. It's taken me a very long time to come around to the technical wrestling. This match definitely is starting to bring me around to Brady, Doddy, whatever the frick his name is. Apparently, you don't even know. It's bringing me around to him. This match did really bring me around to him. It took me a very long time to come around to Zack Sabre Jr., but like, man, the combination of the attitude as well as the in-ring technical stuff, I think, is what brought me around to Zack Sabre Jr. But this match, as you said, that was just a technical, so good.
Yeah. Again, absolutely incredible match. Then it led into an insane war. It was a
Mhm.
steel cage, dog pound, gauntlet tag team match, 10-man, between Bullet Club War Dogs, Alice Goggin, Clark Connors, David Finley, Joe Maloney, and Gabe Kidd, taking on United Empire's Francesco Kira, Hanare, Jeff Cobb, TJP / the Oswang, TJP, and Will Ospreay. Um,
Mhm.
Absolutely incredible war. And I'm not a big hardcore match guy because I find a lot of hardcore is done just for let's have a hardcore match sake.
Mhm.
They earned this hardcore match because these two
Mhm.
factions have been at war for like more
A
than
whole year.
like a year now, and
Mhm.
they've just been going back and forth, and it finally came to a head. And I think the right team won
Mhm.
in the Bullet Club War Dogs, uh, just because their faction, their leaders sticking around, and Osprey did the right thing. Went out looking up at the lights.
Mhm. Difference between this match and the one before with Okada and Tanahashi is that Osprey and Finley are pretty close to age, if not pretty much the same age. They're both in their prime, the primiest of primes. Um, they're this was literally a battle of you didn't really know who was going to win. You're absolutely right. I don't like hardcore matches either. Having to, I know he's a legend, but watching the June because watching the June Kazai stuff was just like atrocious. But like it wasn't a hardcore match for the sake of violence. It was a hardcore match where it was like you knew these guys legitimately hated each other. And especially in the last couple months leading up to this kind of blow off, they were really, really hating each other. And the stories that all of these men told, even the members who weren't actively involved in this, and Callum Newman and Great O'Con, everyone had their part. Everyone played
And
their
Gato.
part.
And Gato
Even
even.
Gato, yeah. Everyone played a part in that story, and it was a story that was told so well, even with the violence. And there was so much violence, my goodness. I don't think
It was
anyone was not bleeding by the end of that.
it was almost violence, violence, violence.
It was some thickness level shit. He would have loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Very
not the forking.
pardon?
Maybe not the forking.
No, but there was a great spot where it was Akira and TJP are just going off, whipping Alice Coggin, who's just standing there
Oh, yeah, with
absorbing
the
all these
kendo
Ken.
sticks.
Oh my god, just super impressive. Just super impressive.
Very impressive. He never knew where they were coming from because he was just standing there looking forward. They ended up rotating around him. They were hitting his back, his arms, his stomach, his legs. Everything was getting beat, and he was just sitting there taking it. It was impressive.
Yeah, again, there was just a crazy match. In the end, Osprey saved Akira from a beating and then took the final shots himself. He
Mhm.
uh, got hit with Oblivion, then was hit with the Underkill. Yeah, again, incredible match.
Mhm.
Incredible match.
Awesome. I think you got a picture.
Yeah, and speaking of Osprey, we're going to talk about his comments after the match.
Mhm.
So he did say goodbye to the company. Sorry, just trying to get to the spot stuff that he said. Uh, sorry, wrong page. There we go. He says, I promise you all, I swear to this, I promise I will come back one day. Please do not forget me because I will never forget any of you guys. I love you guys so laughing much. I'm ready to show the world what New Japan Pro Wrestling has produced. I am the man I am today because of all of you. Um, he did say he signed his deal with AEW, but he is allowed to come back to work New Japan matches, same as like a John Moxley, or anybody else that AEW has come and worked different shows. But he says he's got to go get himself over to America and do the stuff over there. He says, I'm proud to be product of New Japan Pro Wrestling. It will stay with me until the day I die. This feeling, this adrenaline, learning how to fight with you guys, to be next to all you guys. I would love you. It's incredible. And again, he said a few interviews where he's talked about um, just The fans gift him with a special flag after the show, and said it was an honor to receive, and just talking about how much he cared about the family he's made, and all the people over there, his friends, the fans, how they treated him so well over there. Um, it was an honor to be in the locker room and in front of that audience, become a man in front of all these people. He said, again, it's just beautiful sentiments to a guy that you can tell has really appreciated these last 8 years in this company.
100%, 100%. It was a nice exit for him, and it was nice to see. I briefly saw it because I watched this match very, very late.
Yeah, I watched it very early in the morning when I watched it. But yeah, again, incredible match. But it is official. He actually faces Michael Oku in Rev Pro this Sunday on February 18th. But then March 3rd, AEW Revolution, Will Ospreay will have his first AEW match under his AEW contract, as far as I know. Going against, I'm very confused by this, because wasn't he part of the Callis family for a while? And isn't his boy Kyle Fletcher part of the Callis family? So he said no one was willing to, like, Callis said nobody was willing to step up and take them on. In order to come up with matches, Callis said, I had to look inward. He then announced that Revolution, Konosuke Takeshita would face off against Will Ospreay in a battle of the Don Callis family. Gonna be interesting.
Don Callis is an idiot, but this is a great match. So, like, and maybe he's not as big an idiot, still dumb. Yeah, I'm excited about this, obviously. I mean, my favorite wrestler versus one of my favorite wrestlers in AEW, right? So, like, I'm excited about this. I just find it weird that you would start off with the infighting. You know, like, that's kind of something you usually build up to. But
well, I think he wants to bring the Empire to AEW, so this will break them up. Him and Fletcher will call Davis, get Davis in there, and they'll start waving the United Empire banner again over in AEW.
Well, I was gonna say, are they allowed to bring that over there?
I can't see why not. Bullet Club Gold exists there.
That's true. That's true. Very true. I sure hope so. Like, I don't want to see the United Empire cease to exist, either in NJPW or in AEW. That being said, though, we'll have to talk a little bit more at some point about the state of the NJPW left behind. But yeah, I'm excited for this, obviously. If the arm wagging wasn't indication of that.
It was pretty, and the funny thing is, on this card, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches announced so far. There'll probably be announced a few more, but so far, the 7 matches announced, this is the only non-title match announced.
Oh, interesting. Damn, that many titles. Interesting.
And that's not even all the 6 titles that are announced aren't even all the titles in this company either. That's a messed up part.
I'll have to look at this after.
There's still the trios. There's still the TBS title.
Oh, geez. We'll talk about this after.
Well, there's a lot. But yeah, and moving on, Satoshi Kojima injured, which I'm not happy, because he was supposed to work a bunch of matches throughout this Fantastic Mania tour that's been happening right now. But he has been out injured with an left MCL injury. So,
oh no!
And he is supposed to face off with Minoru Suzuki on February 29th at Intimidation Games. Oh, Bobby. Oh, whoa! What? Wait, what? Yeah. He's injured. I'm praying to flippin' Christ he's on that Intimidation Games card, but like, yeah, because I'm planning to be there for the watch along and the recap with my boy Bobby Munson and Papa Smokes, getting to hang out, talk about some MLW. Yeah, they just took the belt off Alice Kane, put it on Satoshi Kojima, and now he has an MCL injury, which by all accounts the injury might have happened at that MLW show where he won the title, because it's with the way the timing set for when he got injured. Yeah, Koji.
The other Koji has decided, well, I forcefully made him come out of slumber to come be on camera. Wake up. Wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again,
this
I
sucks.
hope I hope he gets. I hope it's just a strain or something that he's just trying to rehab it before he comes
Mhm.
back over to do MLW, because
I mean, here's the thing. Depending on, because I have personally torn my MCL, and I also know people who have torn their MCLs worse than I have torn my MCL. Mine was just the slightest of the slightest tear. I was sore for maybe a week, and I mean, it's messed up my knee in the long run, but it was rehabable pretty quickly. Like I was able to rehab it pretty quick. Not in like 2 weeks, mind you, but
well,
like
and
that's
they're not saying
concerning.
it's a tear. Well, they're not saying it's a tear. It's just saying it's an MCL injury. He might have like strained it or something. So again, we don't
Mm,
know the extent yet. They're still rolling the promos for the match on the
maybe it
29th.
is just a
So
strain, yeah. Hopefully it is just a strain and it won't be something that causes him any issues going forward, because yeah, Koji Ma, we like bread.
Koji, woo! Oh, he
He
can't
can't
hear
hear
me,
you.
right?
No, he
You should be able to hear me.
cannot. Now I got headphones.
Yeah, you
People
got
complained
headphones
about
now.
echo.
I loved Echo. That was a great show.
I know, and you can check out that review on our local establishment's YouTube channel.
Great plug. Great
Thank
cheap
you.
plug.
Thank you.
Great
Thank you.
job. Yeah, so he's being said, and he's being promoted, yeah, for the tapings and the live events. So like he's being scheduled for stuff for multiple things still. So you think if he had a serious tear, he'd be being pulled off of that card. Maybe he just said, I need
100%.
to. I said maybe my knee's bothering me. I got to get it ready for the 29th. He might have taken the time off just to get himself ready. So
That's fair.
yeah.
That's very fair.
Talking about last matches, February 23rd and 24th, we have Okada's final matches. So on, I should really pull that up. So the 24th, this is the match. It's him, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tomohiro Ishii, Hiroki Goto, and Yoshihashi. It's Chaos and Tanahashi taking on the United Empire's Jeff Cobb, Great-O-Khan, Hanare, and Francesco Akira, teaming up with Matt Riddle. Yeah, Matt Riddle, who is taking on
And
Hiroshi Tanahashi the night before for the television title. Yeah, this is the final match. Like again, he got his big match with Tanahashi, and again, go out working with your boys.
I mean, yeah, now that you're choosing to finally acknowledge them after how long? Like, in case anybody had forgotten, because I know I had, Chaos was a faction. They don't
Mm-hmm.
ever help each other with like anything. And the last time one of them tried, Yoshihashi shattered his nose. So maybe that's why they don't help each other anymore. I don't know.
It might be.
But I mean, he Titus O'Neill'd himself pretty good there. I mean, it's pretty local. But yeah, I remember mentioning that I thought that this was odd that the pairing of this was happening after Riddle and Tanahashi had their title shot. That seems a little backwards to me.
Hmm.
I would have put this before that, but I don't work there. What do I know? Yeah, this was weird. Riddle is just a weird one. I know he has the connection to Cobb, but it's like doesn't have the connection to the rest of the Empire, so I find that a little odd.
Yeah. Again, it's all see where it's just the way they're doing, because they have championship night on the 23rd, and then they have LIJ versus Just Five Guys night on the 24th, which this is underneath of. So I think those days should have been flipped, in my opinion. But
Yeah. I mean, LIJ night didn't have to happen like with all of them either. Like if they really wanted to line it up with that IWGP World Title shot, they could have just removed that one and put that one on a different show and put something else there. But like it seems really backwards to me.
Yeah. It is very, very backwards. Don't get me wrong. Very, very backwards. I'm just trying to pull up. And then I think on the 23rd, no, the 20 card on the 24th, we're also getting the final match of Tama Tonga in New Japan.
Yes.
I thought we already had, but they decided to go and do a tag team match. It is God, Tama Tonga, and Tangaloa versus God, El Phantasmo, and Hikuleo. I like the fact that this is his final match, man. I really do.
Mhm. I agree. I agree. Because it kind of is like almost like a passing of the torch. At
Mhm.
the same time, it's like, what does this mean for Tongaloa? Is he staying too? Is he leaving with Tama? Is he going to stick around and help Hikuleo? So I think that it would be smart for him to kind of stay with Hikuleo and ELP as like the vet in that team. But what do you think that means, Andre?
Um, I don't know. I think Tangaloa. I don't know if he'll be in the company much longer, right? Could he? There's a possibility he could be leaving with his brother to go maybe do a run in WWE. That's very possible.
It would suck to be losing so many good wrestlers all in such a short period of time. What's going on over there?
Money.
Yeah. Patui.
It's money. So the other story we have to do with Okada here
Mm.
is Fightful is reporting he's going to AEW. Again, it seems to be the landing ground now for him, which if he does, he always has that opportunity to work with New Japan if he wants to. So,
Mhm.
and again, AEW, I think, is if he doesn't want to uproot his wife and his baby and make the move over to the United States, AEW is the place to be because
Mhm.
you could use him as a special attraction wrestler, pay him a lot of money. He can live in Japan most of the time, come over here, do tours with AEW when they need him, have them wrestle on big shows, put him in multi-man tags for TVs and stuff just to keep him.
Mhm.
We put him in multi-man tags. He comes out, hits a Rainmaker, goes back to his corner. It keeps him special, right? If he's doing a singles match
Rainmaker
every
and a drop kick. Rainmaker and a
yeah,
drop kick.
yeah. But again, it's those things you hope to see, right? Is like I
Mhm.
hope they keep him high profile as like a big deal because like Jay White came in and then he's kind of been relegated down. Like there's been some guys come,
Mhm.
they're not who were stars who should have been treated a lot better. So, and
Well, I
then
think that that was an issue of prioritization because at that point they had a little bit more wrestlers who had a higher star quality power. But it's like we knew who Jay White was because we watched NJPW. A lot of people probably didn't know who he was, and they had that kind of almost NXT curse kind of thing where like people who didn't watch NXT had no idea who people like the Ascension were. And then you see the best thing that we gave you die a horrible putrid death.
yeah, again, it's all those little things that you hope people get to keep or kept at a certain level. And Okada's one of those guys you
Mm,
really need to keep them at that level.
100%.
Yeah, I just pulled this up. This is brand new to me. Um, Shinsuke Nakamura talking with Tokyo Sports. WWE Superstar is talking about how he hopes that uh, Okada doesn't have the same hardships he went through coming out of leaving Japan, going to over. Yes, he went to WWE, but like it's a lot of hard. There's a lot of hardships to go through, because especially when you're not native English speakers, trying to communicate, trying to do all that process. There's a lot of like trying, and then Nakamura is saying even if he doesn't go to WWE, he's going to be there for Okada if he comes over to help support him in North America, to help him get established, help him get what he needs to get properly, which is nice to hear. Your guy
Mm.
just wanting to support his boy. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Well, didn't I feel like Carl Anderson also told a very heartwarming story about Shinsuke Nakamura taking care of him when he was over there for the first time in Japan. It just seems like all around good dude.
Mhm.
Someone who wants to see everybody else succeed in a business where he is also succeeding. And
Mhm.
that's rare. It's a nice friend to have when you find them.
Well, again, I'm guaranteeing he's done the same thing with Asuka, with
Oh,
Kyrie, with
EO.
EO. Like I guarantee he's been there for them to help them transition, help them get
Mm,
established. Because again, he knows what they're dealing with.
100%.
Yeah,
Tazawa. That was the one I forgot.
yeah. We got a few more smaller stuff to talk about. Nothing huge for the
Yes.
rest. A couple cool little stories we want to talk about. Uh, 52nd anniversary show. We're getting the champion versus champion match back. Let's go. We're gonna get Tetsuya Naito versus looking as of right now. It's Tetsuya Naito versus El Desperado. That sounds like
Yeah.
a good flipping match.
Yeah. We those both those guys have so much charisma. Desperado wearing a mask, it does not stop him. He's very over animated, very eccentric. And Naito excels so much with those mind games. Naito and Desperado also have this ability to create something out of nothing. They make their
Mm-hmm.
matches exciting, they make their matches entertaining. I expect this match to be a banger.
Mm-hmm. Like it will. Oh, it will. There's no way it's not, and I'm excited for it. Yeah. Um, and then Tony Khan was interviewed, and he's talking about saying there will be a third Forbidden Door event. So it'll be AEW New Japan. Um, and they asked him, could we see CMLL being involved in Forbidden Door 3? And he said, 100% yes. I definitely want CMLL involved with practically anything we do. Oh, our boy Andreas, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, sir. Um, yeah.
Welcome to
So
the glorious chaos.
welcome to the chaos. Yeah. So we're going to have a three-way Forbidden Door show this year. AEW, you're gonna have New Japan, and you're gonna have CMLL. I love it. You're to see some of the matchups you're gonna be able to see. Some CMLL guys
Mhm.
versus New Japan, CMLL guys versus AEW. It's gonna be great, man. I'm excited for this.
Yes. Could you imagine even like getting some? I mean, isn't Penta and Phoenix, aren't they AAA?
Yes, so they won't be part of it.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, could you imagine getting Volador Jr. in there? Feud. He's had that ever-loving feud going on there with Rocky Romero. Would love to see that. Would love to see Soberano Jr. get in on that too. But then
Mm-hmm.
also would love to see Doki come over, just because I love Doki and I think he needs to be showcased a little bit more. And I think he's a little bit better of a personality for just five guys to be bringing over, just because everyone else is kind of womp womp. Um, yes. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that being said, though, that could also open up the door maybe for some of the ladies. Bring over some of the ladies. Bring us back, yeah. I would
Miss
love to see
Vecchia,
her.
the
Yes.
like there's a lot of you could really, and you could, if you want, get Stardom involved. If they can
Mm,
mend the bridges the right way, you could create a really cool, whoever is your IWGP Women's Champion at the time could be there to face off maybe
mhm,
a three-way match. No titles on the line. IWGP
mhm,
Women's Champion versus CMLL Women's Champion versus the one of the AEW Women's Champions, whether it's the Women's Champion or it's the TBS Champion. That would be a great match.
mhm. You know what I would actually like to see? Deanna Purrazzo versus Taya Valkyrie versus Stephanie Vaquier. Three wildly different styles all working together to create an amazing match because we know that the three of those girls together absolutely could. I mean, Taya
Mm-hmm.
Valkyrie, very, very unique style. She's got that lucha libre background, but she's also very much a powerhouse. Deonna Purrazzo with that technical background, and Vaquier with that straight up lucha style. I mean, that could be money. Just saying.
Yeah.
Copyright that.
There might be Monet involved,
Oh, oh, nice pun. Nice pun.
So kicking back over to April, April
Oh
12th,
no.
as part of the Windy City Riot Show, we have a Riot Rules match.
What does that even mean?
So Eddie Kingston and Gabe Kidd will lead teams in the Riot Rules match. The bout will see Kidd and Kingston captain 4-man teams in a contest with no countouts and no disqualification, and we'll have tornado tag rules, meaning there's no tagging in and out. Everybody's brawling. So
Glorious,
and it says
glorious chaos.
and it says they're going to have mystery partners. But again, they're picking their partners. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see Coughlin, Connors, and Drilla Maloney. I think those are going to be Gabe's partners. But again, could we see new additions to the War Dogs? Could we see it being Kenta and Chase Owens? There's plenty of possibilities on who it could be. And then Eddie Kingston, who does he bring in? He's worked with a lot of different people in New Japan itself. He's friends with a lot of different guys. I think he's gonna go with I think there's gonna be some old school in there too.
Who did he run in and help bail out at the last show that the War Dogs were going crazy? Was
Empire.
it was Empire? Oh, maybe some Empire guys will come over and aid him. I don't know. My concern, I know he hasn't like stepped back or anything, but like Drilla Maloney, didn't he like rip his bicep off the bone?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, right. Jim, should you, yeah, I don't know,
He
maybe
worked
get that fixed?
he worked the cage match.
I know,
So
and he would. I definitely noticed in that match that he was protecting that arm quite a bit, which would tell me it's clearly not feeling you. Obviously, you tore the muscle off the bone. Um, I I would hope that he would be taking some time to get that fixed before it heals weird, especially because he's got such a good build. Um, so that being said, maybe Drilla could maybe be taken out of that, and maybe remember I was telling you I would love to see Vandergriff go in as the young boy to Bullet Club. Maybe he could pop up in there.
again, like you said, there's all this possibility of a Chase Owens, a Kenta, any of those.
Wednesday Adams grown up. I like it. Da-na-na-na.
Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Na.
I'm just
Ugh.
missing the pigtails. The hair's up.
Yeah, but you're the grown-up version, so she doesn't do the pigtails anymore.
You know, maybe.
And talking about New Japan over in North America, we had the announcement at the February 11th show of New Japan Strong Resurgence returning, coming back, and it's going to be Saturday, May 11th, and not in Ontario, Canada, in Ontario, California. If it's in Ontario, Canada, I would have to win the lottery and try to fly out there, but no.
I got excited when I saw that too. I was like, oh, yeah.
No, Ontario, California. The return of Resurgence on May 11th. I'm looking for it, and they're going to the Toyota Arena, which ain't a small venue.
No. I mean, they're expecting big numbers, and I would probably agree.
Yeah, just pulling up the Toyota Arena. Toyota Arena seating capacity. You can like about a 11,000 seat arena. Saying basketball 10,000. Hockey it's not almost little under 10,000. It's full capacity 11,000. Remember, you get a stage, but they're not going to have a big elaborate stage. You're looking at least 10,000 seats if you don't cordon it off a certain way. So they're aiming high for this show.
Ooh, that's good. That means they're probably going to have some big names on that, and that excites me.
Mm-hmm. And I'm,
Hmm.
I'm I'm excited to see what it's going to be. And do you get AEW people involved in the show to help sell the ticket for?
It would make sense. I mean, Eddie Kingston is a strong champion. He would have to be there. So it would make sense that you could bring in some AEW people.
Well, yeah, he has the American Triple Crown right now. He has the ROH, the Strong, and the Continental. So he's
Yeah.
the American Triple Crown champion. Bring him in. Second last story we're going to talk about is Rocky Romero. Yes, Andres. There is an Ontario, California. It's a city in California, and it's called Ontario. It confuses me too.
But if they want Ontario, I mean, they can have it.
No, I know. But yeah, Rocky Romero is now part of the AEW front office. Well, as far as we know, he still has a key backstage role with New Japan. He's a big factor in a lot of the New Japan Strong stuff. He was the person that helped bring apart, yes, and he's involved in MLW as a middleweight champion too. So again, this
Mhm.
this man is
Mhm.
everywhere. I think if he's sticking in his position of being the American liaison for New Japan Pro Wrestling, working with being part of the AEW office is only a benefit to New Japan being to have a better cohesion there. This guy can communicate for you, but in the office is a lot better rather than him trying to go in and have to get a meeting. He has that more accessibility now.
Mhm. Mhm. 100%. I've always liked Rocky Romero. He's always been one of my favorite wrestlers to watch. He's just always had that charisma, that spunk, that sneaky style that he taught to show a little too well. Um, so yeah. I so what does
What,
this
man?
say?
So there is a Vancouver, Washington. When he lives in Surrey, BC, and it confused him
Oh,
because those two Vancouvers are very close.
that's true. It's true. Um, but yeah, with Rocky, I also really enjoy his connection with Sam Alel, his feud with Volador Jr. He's been really making a splash down there. I think that it's really smart to have someone like him kind of going back and forth between all three companies. He's kind of like a liaison for all of them and almost like a peacemaker, I'd say, just not the John Cena one because he's not killing people. Although the eye patch would suggest he's a little evil. It is what it is. Yeah, I
Just
hope
a
that he can
little, just a little bit evil. You know what
just
I
a
mean?
little bit. The
Yeah.
king ain't fooling no one on it though. But anyway,
I got just
yeah.
this is the most badass picture. Just him wearing the crown. It's
That is
awesome.
badass. That is
It is
badass.
badass. Yeah. So no. Yeah. It's good to see that they have a little more cohesion now. There, I like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, same.
And for our final story this week, we're gonna talk about Minoru Suzuki and Josh Barnett. Um, Bloodsport. Uh,
Say me nade.
Bloodsport has been an event that happens most WrestleMania weekend every year. It has happened a few other times throughout the year, different events, different weekends events. It's very much more a sport based promotion. They do a lot of more. There's a lot of like MMA style fighting, and it's still professional wrestling, but they focus a lot. There's a lot of MMA fighting that goes on in these matches. Frank Mir was part of this, and they're looking to bring Bloodsport to Japan. Yeah. There'll be the first show will be Bloodsport Bushido and will take place on June 22nd, 2024 at the Ryogoku Kokugan ah,
Right
Ryogoku
on.
Kokugiken in
There you go.
Tokyo. Again, Josh Burnett is a very smart man when it comes to putting these shows on. And he has partnered with Minoru Suzuki to bring this over. Minoru Suzuki, again, very respected in the Japanese wrestling world. So again, using him to help bring it in, being a part. They're the only two confirmed people for the show so far. I'd love to see these two face each other. That would be awesome. Murder Grandpa versus just a murderer,
Yeah.
a murderer of of an MMA fighter. So,
Mhm. You know what I would love to see happen with this? Murder grandpa and murder granddaughter in the same ring together,
oh,
right?
Murder
Did your brain
Grandpa,
just explode?
Murder Grandpa versus Murder Granddaughter.
Oh my God. Book it.
Oh,
Book it. That'd be
Su-
so
and if
good.
you don't know who we're talking about, you're crazy. It's Suzu Suzuki, not his actual granddaughter. They're not, as far as I know, they're not related. But we
No,
always,
not even a little.
because she is a deathmatch specialist, we call her Murder Granddaughter.
Because she smiles just as giddily as he does when she's massacring someone. She just cackles. She's just like, "Yay, this is fun."
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to see the two of them in the ring together. I don't care if they're standing across from each other or next to each other. I would love to see that. But I'd also love to see Suri showcased in there. And then if you're bringing in Suri, you can also bring in Rana Yagami. She's also got that kind of karate-esque background. I think she would do very, very well in there.
Oh, and bringing in Rina Yamashita and Masha Slamovich out of GCW, I think those would
Oh,
be great people
yeah.
to get in there and do those hardcore, like do some like rough fighting styles. I think that'd be really good.
Konami.
Mm, yeah. So,
Momo Watanabe. The list goes on.
yeah. So Barnett said at Bloodsport, we want to express the purest part of wrestling. There are various shows in professional wrestling and flashy performances that are held all over the world, but there are so many different things out there. Athletes sometimes get lost. I want to express that I've learned from so many legends like Antonio Inoki, Carl Gotch, and Matt Hume. He did train with Antonio Inoki years ago before
Mhm,
he became an MMA fighter. Um,
mhm.
I do both combat sports and professional wrestling, but when I'm wrestling, I once thought there's something missing. I want to bring that spirit and heart to professional wrestling, and I want to create a place like that. Again, I think what he's trying to go for is more of a pancrase style, which is like shoot fighting, but wrestling style shoot fighting,
Mhm.
or UWF, that kind of style. It's, yeah, I think is what he's trying to go for. Suzuki then made a comment. Actually, I've been participating in Bloodsport since the first tournament, which when it was Matt Riddle's Bloodsport. Um, well, all I can say is that it's just a normal match. It doesn't matter if there are special rules or where it is, um, whether it's on a moving train, in a field, in a ring with barbed wire, or anywhere else. It's just a match for me. He said nonchalantly, I don't know if I'll bring it with me. I use everything that's there. That's my style. Murder Grandpa, baby.
Oh, Murder Grandpa, yeah. And just the other day, I actually saw on Dark Pororesu on X thing there, they actually had a clip of one of my favorite Minoru Suzuki matches, which was when he went blonde and fought Kazuchika Okada in the rain. That was
Mm,
a great match. Great match. That guy's still going. 55. My goodness.
okay, this Bloodsport promotion was started by Matt Riddle in like 2016, 2017. I don't know about Bloodsport, what you're talking about, but yeah, um, I have no idea. I think, but this promotion, Bloodsport, was started by Matt Riddle in I think like 2015 or 2016 when he got into pro wrestling because he wanted to do some shoot fighting style, which he could run his MMA background with. Which will be interesting if Matt Riddle actually gets to work a Bloodsport show this coming WrestleMania weekend. Now that he is no longer part of WWE, he could actually do a Bloodsport. He can go back to Bloodsport if he wants to. The promotion he helped start
Why not?
that had his name
Why
on
not?
it. So, yeah,
I mean, why not?
why not?
We'll keep him off my TV.
But well, you're going to be watching him, you're going to be watching him next weekend because we'll be
I
reviewing him.
know.
Aren't
I
you? You're
know.
so excited. I can tell. You're like,
No, no.
no,
It wasn't Osprey. How do you say his name? Kinesuke?
Konosuke Takeshita.
Ah,
You ready for a lot of
yeah.
the arm waving like that on the third, Andreas? She's gonna be like, watching that match. And Swerve.
And Swerve.
and swerve. But yeah, we have come to an end of another episode of Andre Melball's Japanese wrestling update. Had to do it. Had to give a shout out to an old voice I remember. You can find me on the X, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Hive at That Canada Guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at That Canada Dude, Facebook. You can find me over here at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. You can also find us doing our long form shows, reviewing all the great professional wrestling that we talk about at youtube.com/at Andre M. Melball Wrestling Talk. Also, check us out over on Backbreaker Video. The simulcast there a week later. And if you want to hear us in audio form for all our long form shows, go check us out at Sunday Night's Main Event Radio. Check them out. Yeah, it's Sunday Night's Main Event.com or patreon.com/SNME Radio. You can hear us in audio form. Like I said, you can check us out Backbreaker Video, youtube.com/at Backbreaker Video. Mike does all his great gaming stuff in his AEW watch alongs at twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. And you can find all his gaming stuff at youtube.com/at Backbreaker_gaming. Our friends right here, where we are right now. Okay, hold before we keep going. Andreas says the original Bloodsport was a martial arts tournament in Hong Kong. 60-round single elimination tournament held in secret every 5 years. That sounds like it's Mortal Kombat.
It sounds like Fight Club, Andreas. We're not supposed to talk about Fight Club.
Yeah, you don't talk about Fight Club. Yeah, check out all the great stuff we have here at OLE, taking over on Tuesdays. We have Marvel Talk going to be looking like the rebounds going to be every couple weeks or so, doing the rebounds over on Wednesday nights. We have the Video Bros, Ring Respect Radio, and the Honor Ramble. On Thursday nights, you have the Japanese Wrestling Update here on Fridays. And then on Sundays, you have Point of View with Bobby Munson. And on Mondays, we have their NXT Look Back show. I can't remember the name of it right now. Do you remember the name?
I don't.
Talking Takeover.
That's the one, yes.
TT. Old Edge and Astrid Pizarro reviewing going through the history of all the takeover events in NXT history. So check that out. Melball, where can they find you?
If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can follow her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can find her on everything else. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky at Melball Collins. You can also find me on Astrid Pizarro's YouTube site where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase, a show about the ladies, where we're going to be talking some of the controversy and amazing things from women's professional wrestling. You can find a link down there, on YouTube/Astrid Pizarro. What else? Oh, yes, if you're wanting to watch NJPW or Stardom, we will leave the links in the description box down below. It is www.njpwworld.com or stardom-world.com. It is approximately 999 yen or 10 Canadian. Shout out Sean Spears, but it's more like $7.50 this month, according to me, because I checked my banking recently. Still an amazing price to watch some amazing professional wrestling. Can watch some of the matches we talked about today. You can watch some of the matches that we talked about in the future soon. The February 5th show for the Resurgence, you'll be able to watch it on NJPW World. Will we not?
It's going to be on Fight TV. Come on.
But it will eventually be on NJPW World.
That is true.
See, I did not lie. You can also
can't tell a lie.
No, well, she can. She just doesn't want to. You can catch the February 5th show for free on the NJPWWorld.com site there if you're wanting a taster before committing to that $7.50. Yeah, that's all I got. Andre, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people before we get out of here?
Just love you, the beautiful people. Thank you so all very much for joining us here on OLE. Please keep liking the video, subscribing to the channel, commenting down below, sharing us out, and hitting notification bell to alert every time we drop a new video or go live on the YouTube channel. If you're on the Twitch, please give us a follow. And if you are so inclined and you want to support us with the monetary stuff, you can give us a subscribe to the channel. We really would appreciate that. But thank you so very much for ding dong, by the way. Ding dong.
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
Is that everything, Andre?
That is all.
And that being said, I am your Melball. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Adios.
Out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough.